One day there's a likelihood you won't be able to take care of yourself, maybe a physical infirmity or a mental incapacity. Planning for care needs when daily activities become difficult. By the way, just for everybody's edification, the six activities of daily living are bathing, dressing, toileting, transferring, continence, feeding, and eating. Usually, if you can't do two or more of the above, or you've got a mental infirmity, it will activate benefits on a long-term care policy or life insurance with long-term care rider. It focuses on choice, control, and dignity. It addresses financial, family, and care considerations. So, the longer you live, the more likely it is there'll be a time when you can't take care of yourself. Care events are often extended, not short term. Unplanned care can disrupt retirement and family finances. Okay, there's the common types of long-term care: home care, assisted living, skilled nursing facilities, memory care. Who typically provides the care? Professional caregivers, family members, and sometimes it's a combination of formal and informal care. Okay, how do you pay for it? Out of your personal income and savings, support from your family, insurance-based strategies, government programs with some limitations. So you can pay for care out of pocket. Your family can pay for it or do the care themselves. You can get either a long-term care insurance policy or a life insurance policy with a long-term care rider. You can go on Medicaid. If you are a veteran or spouse of a veteran, even if they're deceased, there may be veteran benefits that might help. That's why it's so important, veterans. Not only should you keep a copy of your DD 214, somebody in your family needs to know where it is because they will need it if they have to access those benefits on your or your spouse's benefit behalf. Okay, some of the planning considerations. Uh, Spouses frequently they will care for their spouse, but it has an effect on it because sometimes the burden of care on one spouse can accelerate their need for care. And it will definitely have an effect on retirement income and assets. And you've got to plan ahead. If you're already headed into that situation, it may be too late. And you have to coordinate with your overall financial plan because a good plan can mitigate some of these potential problems. What long-term care planning is not. It's not only for the elderly. Matter of fact, like I said, if you've already found out that you've got a problem, it may be too late. The sooner you plan, the more likely you'll get a desirable outcome. I had a good friend who did plan ahead. He got long-term care insurance in his 50s, and early in his 60s, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Had he not planned, the results would have been suboptimal. As it was, he had a good plan in place, and his family, even though there was, you know, some stress, there was a lot less because he had planned. And it's not a standalone planning topic. And as I said before, it's not a last minute decision. Okay, let me talk about some common misconceptions. People think, oh, my health insurance will cover my long-term care needs, or Medicare will cover my long-term care needs. Most of the time, they will not, because there's two kinds of care out there. There's real rehabilitative care. It's where you break a leg and they expect you to get better. This will likely be covered by health insurance and or Medicare. Custodial care. If you have a stroke and cannot care for yourselves, if you got Alzheimer's, like my friend, these won't be covered by health insurance or Medicare. His saving grace was he got that long-term care insurance policy, but you can also get life insurance that has a long-term care rider. Other than that, you've got Medicaid, and as I mentioned, veterans do have something of a benefit that they may be eligible for. Again, keep the DD 214 where people know where it is. So if you're within 5 to 10 years of retirement or already retired, you want to plan for the possibility of needing long-term care. You're concerned about how to preserve assets for the family while maintaining care. a holistic financial review can be worthwhile. Once you graduate, be it from welding school, engineering school, or law school, you're going to need a different plan for each of these stages that's tailored to your individual situation. During your working years, I think the most important question is, am I saving enough? And is it in the right place? Glide path to retirement, which I've arbitrarily defined as the last 10 years prior to retirement. Will the USS Retirement be shipshape on the appointed day? Retirement. How do I avoid running out of money before I run out of life? Some long-term care planning while you're either in the working years or the glide path can increase the chances that you won't run out of money because long-term care is really expensive. Legacy. Does what I worked hard for get to where I wanted it to after I'm done with retirement? I can be reached at herwirefinancial.com. I do in-person, Zoom, and phone appointments. I am licensed and registered across several states and can easily add states if there is a need. If you want to schedule an appointment, you can click on the Schedule an Appointment button in the upper right-hand corner of my website. If you want to see more videos like this, go to my website and click on the YouTube channel button. It's that red one in between the LinkedIn and the Facebook buttons. If your friends want more information, they can follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. For those who prefer the good old-fashioned telephone, 518-631-2569. Do not text that number. We'll both be disappointed because I won't get it. I have a separate texting number. It's right there. Of course, I can be reached by email too. Opinions voiced in this material are for general information only, not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance reference is historical. No guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested in directly. All data is believed to be from reliable sources. However, no representation is made as to its completeness or accuracy. None of this is to be construed as tax or legal advice. Consult your advisor prior to taking any action. This information is intended to be educational, not tailored to the investment needs of any specific individual. For information about specific insurance needs or situations, contact your insurance agent. This article is intended to assist in educating you about insurance generally and not to provide personal service. They may not take into account your personal characteristics such as budget, assets, risk tolerance, family situation, or activities which may affect the type of insurance that would be right for you. In addition, state insurance laws and insurance underwriting rules may affect available coverage and its costs. Guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing company. If you need more information or would like personal advice, you should consult an insurance professional. By the way, I am one of those. And you may also visit your state's insurance department for more information. Okay, everybody, have a terrific weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Let's all remember those who died to make the rest of us free. Have a blessed day, everybody. See you next time.